Team USA showed up the other night and played against Canada. After being down 11-1, they came back, they stormed back, and despite the efforts of a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a Dylan Brooks, or an R.J. Barrett, and people like that, the superior team won. It was an exhibition game, relatively meaningless, but nevertheless, something that we all paid attention to. We saw Joel Embiid in the starting lineup, Anthony Davis coming off the bench. We saw LeBron James in the starting lineup. We saw Kevin Durant get the night off because of his calf situation. We saw Steph Curry out there. We saw Drew Holiday out there. We saw Devin Booker, who was in the starting lineup. He was out there. We saw Anthony Edwards and others. No surprise that we didn't see Kawhi Leonard. He's no longer on the team. I kind of told y'all that would happen. Now, apparently he looked good in the workouts prior to the exhibition game against Canada. He looked pretty good, but in the best interest of the Clippers organization and his health, he was going to bow out of Olympic competition because what he wanted to do was make sure that he's ready and available for the Clippers for this upcoming season. Let me be very, very clear with what I'm about to say. If Clippers owner Steve Ballmer used every trick in the book to manipulate the proceedings per se and made sure that Kawhi Leonard wasn't representing Team USA, I wouldn't blame him one bit. I'd have done the same thing. I'm not saying that is what happened because I don't know. I did not ask. Again, I'm on vacation, okay, or from my day job at ESPN, but this is my show that I own and operate, so I had to make sure that if I wanted to speak about something, that I had the wherewithal and the availability to do it. Bottom line is this: Kawhi Leonard is rarely available. Ever since he arrived with the Clippers 5 years ago, he's missed about 46% of his regular season games and 60% of his postseason games. He was not available for the postseason, last 3 games of the postseason this year against the Dallas Mavericks due to an injury. Kawhi Leonard is perpetually injured. He is a superstar, without question, when healthy and on the basketball court. There's nobody that's questioning the legitimacy of his injuries. There's nobody that's questioning how great he is when he's not injured. What we're talking about is his availability. And see, this is why I'm glad Paul George left. Because in order to stay, why stay if you don't know you're going to have Kawhi Leonard on the basketball court with you, because you don't know whether or not you're going to be able to win a championship. You're not going to be able to win a championship without Kawhi Leonard, and you never know when Kawhi Leonard is going to be available. So I told y'all during the NBA Finals, although it was wrong for me to bring this up when Paul George was on the set with us for ESPN's and ABC's NBA Countdown, the bottom line is when they talked about and speculated that in the event that there needed to be a replacement, Derek White would be first in line, I literally jumped up and said, congratulations to Derek White. He'll be on the team because guess what? Kawhi Leonard ain't going to be. He ain't going to last. He might get injured flying to Paris. Well, guess what? He didn't make it that far. He didn't make it further than Vegas. This is what I'm telling you. Some people are perpetually injured, okay? And I'm not hating on that at all. He's a 2-time champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, but he is perpetually unavailable when it really, really counts. And when you know that, how dare you even think about putting on a Team USA uniform to participate in summer league competition when you know you got a contract worth tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, playing for the Clippers, and you ain't available when it counts. They get ready to move into a new arena. All right? They're the Fairweather stepchild in Los Angeles. They're trying to make their own way, get inroads. This is not the days of Donald Sterling. This is the days of Steve Ballmer. You're moving into a posh new arena, okay? Kawhi Leonard, you already signed him to a contract, even though you know he's injured. You secured him for 2 more years. You went out and gave James Harden 2 years and $70 million. The bottom line is you can't have him playing in summer competition. His game ain't the issue. His health is. I don't give a damn if I was Steve Ballmer. I don't give a damn if I had to kidnap him. If I had to kidnap him, I'd have done it. If I was Steve Ballmer, he wouldn't have played. I'm telling you that right now. He's never going to make it to Paris if I was the owner. The money I invested in him, and I ain't got nothing to show for it. I got 1 trip to the Western Conference Finals, and he wasn't available then because he got injured in the semifinals. And they ain't been out of the first round since. He wouldn't have got Paris. I'm telling you that right now. If I were the owner, I'd have kidnapped him. I'd have found something to do. I don't give a damn you got to kidnap him. I don't care you got to bribe him. I don't care. I don't know. You put him on a house with something. I don't know what I'd have came up with. But his ass wouldn't have been playing in the Olympics in Paris. He would have never made it if it was me. So I applaud whatever the Clippers did to convince Kawhi Leonard to see the error of his ways of thinking in terms of participating in Olympic competition. Props to him. Props to him. Damn that. That's all I got to say about that.